hope you had an amazing rest of your Easter, remembering Jesus is alive.
Yes.
Today, we are talking about some of the amazing things Jesus went and did after he resurrected. I'm so excited.
Super
it's
cool.
A really, really
Super
good story
cool.
today. But first, we gotta say happy birthday to a few folks. By a few, I mean a lot of you guys. Okay, so
Yes.
happy birthday to Camden, Pierce, Ingrid, Sienna, Teddy, Anna, Sophia, Caleb, Ireland, Hazelton, Keanu, Elliot, Mia, Kyan, and Dylan.
The peeps are dancing for you.
Happy birthday, you guys. All right.
We're gonna do our verse. So in our Bible story today, somebody gets like really confused about Jesus. Like, are you really alive? I don't believe it. I've got some questions. So they're kind of confused. And so we're gonna kind of confuse you a little bit with our Bible verse. So this will be super tricky, guys. We've been expanding your brain this month. So we're gonna actually say phrases of the Bible verse, but instead of like us saying in this world and you say in this world, we're gonna say it backwards, and then you have to say it forwards. Got it?
Easy. Like the whole phrase.
This isn't gonna be one of them, so I don't want you to cheat. But let's, for example, if we said "world this in," you would say
in this world.
Got it? Okay.
All right.
Here we go.
So we start from the top.
Yes.
They just had a little practice.
Okay.
So you got this. So we start world this in.
Got it. In this world. But trouble have will you. You will have trouble, but encouraged be. Be encouraged. I feel like Yoda. Do you guys hear it? Okay. Battle the one have I. I have won the battle. World the over.
This thing?
Over the world. Okay, last part. Ready? Nerve 33:16 John.
John 16:33. Nerve.
Got it?
Whoa.
Was that hard?
Right?
I don't know. Some of you can just start talking like Yoda and make it easy.
True.
But you know, that's okay.
Even when things are hard or backwards or confusing in life, we can remember God is bigger than our questions.
That's our main point
We can
today.
take those things to God. All right, so we've got some more questions for you guys, though.
Speaking of questions,
Gotta keep-
the guy in our Bible story had questions for Jesus, and so we've got some questions for you guys. You can like live like you were Thomas. Ready?
Okay, you ready?
Okay.
All right, my first question. So we got some kind of numbered answers. So maybe you guys can play. You can kind of hold up your numbers based on which answer you think it is. So our first question.
I've been trying to figure out this problem
is
on this
which
Rubik's
of these
Cube.
colors is not part of a classic Rubik's Cube?
Don't cheat.
Is it
No
number
looking at my
one,
Rubik's Cube.
orange, number 2, pink, number 3, white, or number 4, green? What do you guys think?
Which one is not part? Hold up your fingers.
All right, it's number 2.
Number 2.
Pink.
Ain't no pink
Ain't
on
no
here.
pink on that Rubik's Cube.
The classic Rubik's Cube. I know some of you have super fancy ones, but we're talking about classic.
It's true.
All right,
All right.
let's go. Number 2. All right. What's the question for us?
All right, so the question's talking all about puzzles, things that could be tough or confusing.
Okay.
It's family jigsaw puzzles.
Okay.
Usually have like puzzles you do, put them all together. It's usually like 500, maybe 1,000 pieces if you're pretty good at puzzles.
Yeah.
Okay, so how many pieces does the world's largest jigsaw puzzle have? Do you guys think
Ooh.
it's 1, 5,500, 2, 550,000,
That'd
or
be a big puzzle.
3, 5,500,000 pieces? Okay, hold up your fingers.
I couldn't. It would take like forever to put that together. That's crazy.
All right,
That's
the
crazy.
answer is number 2 again, 550,000 pieces.
That makes my head hurt just thinking about putting that puzzle together. That's
Bet
like
that
over
took
500,000 pieces, guys.
Long time. All right.
It must have been a big puzzle too. That's a lot of pieces.
For sure.
I bet some of you could do it.
All right, our last question.
I would get tired.
You guys got this.
Ready?
Okay. It is the card game Solitaire. Some of these puzzles, you guys might not have done them before, but there's this card game. It's a game you can play all by yourself.
Yes.
But it's also known by another name as well. What is the other name? Is it 1, Aces Out, 2, Patience, 3, Solo Sort, or 4, 52 Pickup?
52 card pickup. Y'all play that before?
Hey, it's not bad, it's not bad.
Hey, ask me later. We'll play that. Okay.
All right, it is number 2, Patience.
Patience.
Because I guess
I would have thought it was aces out
you need
or even solo sort. I would not have known that.
for that one.
You need a lot of patience.
Sometimes
We have that like on our video screen in our van. The kids like learn to play it. It's kind of like not a lot of people know how to play that.
It's a tough
So,
one.
play by
But
yourself.
you might need some patience too when you've got questions for God. And that is
That's
something that we are about to learn more about.
Sometimes it takes a long time for him to answer and you don't
That's true.
understand. But the cool thing about our story today is that Jesus welcomed questions and was happy to answer Thomas's doubt. Let's check it out.
The Bible. It's 66 books of history, stories, letters, and poetry that fit together to form God's one big story. The epic adventure of how He created us and loves us so much that He made a way to rescue us. As we travel through the Bible, from Genesis to Revelation, we discover people who met God and found their lives changed forever. Now, for an amazing story, inspired by the book of John, chapter 20, verses 19 through 29.
On the first Easter Sunday, before anyone knew to call it Easter, Jesus' disciples gathered together behind closed doors. Thomas paced the room. Peter and John and the others sat at the table, but no one was very hungry.
I tell you, the tomb was completely empty, just like Mary told us. Not empty. The linen cloths were still there.
Thomas stopped pacing.
I don't get it. Why would someone steal his body but leave the cloths behind?
They didn't. That's the point.
You mean you believe, Mary, that she saw Jesus alive?
Why would she lie to us?
I don't know. Everything's upside down. None of us has slept. They could come for us at any minute.
Like anyone, Thomas felt it must be a closed case. There was no point in debating.
I'm with Mary.
What about you, Peter?
Well, there's Lazarus. He was dead and Jesus called him out alive. We all saw it.
Thomas started pacing again.
I can't take this. I gotta get some fresh air.
Be careful, okay?
I'm not marching into the temple court or anything. Just taking a walk.
No one spoke. They had already gone over and over again the events of the past few days and the things Mary had told them.
I believe Mary. I think he's alive. But if it's true, won't he be angry? We all just deserted him, and
Suddenly, with no sound, no movement, a man stood among them.
Jesus!
May peace be with you.
As the disciples stared in awe and shock, Jesus raised his hands to show them his side. Marks burned bright on his skin where the nails had been driven and where a soldier's sword had pierced him.
Jesus,
Jesus smiled at each of his friends in turn.
The Father has sent me, so now I am sending you.
When Jesus left as quickly as he had come, his friends stared at each other. Then John leapt to his feet, unable to contain his joy.
It's true. It's really true.
Thomas slipped back inside the room.
what's true?
We've seen the Lord. Jesus was right here in this room. He didn't need to open the door. He just showed up.
Whoa, hold on. You all saw him?
Yes, we saw him with our own eyes.
You guys, it's just wishful thinking.
You think all of us made this up?
I just can't wrap my mind around it. Not until I see the nail marks in his hands. I must put my finger where the nails were. I must put my hand in his side. Only then will I believe.
All week, Thomas refused to waver or listen to the other disciples.
Just stop. He died. It was terrible.
The following Sunday, the disciples gathered again behind locked doors. This time, though, excitement rippled through the room.
Did you hear? Jesus showed up on the road to Emmaus. Well, maybe he'll appear again this week.
You guys, enough.
But even as Thomas protested, suddenly, someone else stood in the room with them.
May peace be with you.
Jesus smiled at Thomas and held out his hands. He knew every word that Thomas had spoken to his friends.
Put your finger here. See my hands? Reach out your hand and put it into my side. Stop doubting and believe.
Thomas felt a deep peace and great joy surging through him.
My Lord and my God.
Because you have seen me, you have believed. Blessed are those who have not seen me, but still have believed.
Thomas was eyewitness to the unbelievable. Jesus was alive. And Jesus didn't shame Thomas for his doubts or questions. Instead, Jesus lovingly answered Thomas and showed that no question is too big for Jesus.
That was amazing.
So cool.
You know, sometimes I think of these Bible stories and you think like if you were there, it's like this one I kind of like, did Thomas like really stick his finger in those wounds? I just kind of wonder, like if that's, you know, like that might be gross. I don't know. I wonder what that was like.
I don't know.
I wonder if he actually did
Who
it or if it
knows?
was like theoretical, like, hey, you can. And he was like, no thanks. That's a little much. I don't know. Who knows?
Who knows?
It's not
But
specific. I kind of want
We're
to, no.
about to get to the main point, even if we don't know that part.
It's okay.
We do know this.
It's just something to think about.
All right, so I
All
want
right.
you guys, as we're repeating the main point, to turn to someone around you and tell them this. You ready?
Tell them this. Are you ready?
Whatever happens, remember God is bigger than your questions.
Remember, God is bigger than your questions.
So cool. All right, now for our key question. Question about questions.
What questions do you have for God?
Talk
Think
about
about
that in your
that.
small groups, guys. We will see you next week.